गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Om Shri Gangai Nathay Namah. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada Gurudev, Jai Shri Gurudev to all of you, those who will watch this session. This session is about Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, and Gurudev Shri Ramlal ji Siyag initiate his disciples with the Sanjeevani mantra. One who lives anywhere in the world, no matter what caste is he or she is from, which country, which place, does not matter anything. Just being a human, you can be disciple of Shri Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag. Once you hear the Sanjeevani mantra in his divine voice, and you are initiated into the Siddha Yoga, the dormant power, which is the Kundalini, awakens with the meditation. When you start the meditation on Gurudev, on your forehead, Gurudev says, once you are initiated, once you hear the mantra, you can hear that mantra in the end of this video also. On the internet, you can search Guru Siyag Sanjeevani mantra, Guru Siyag speech, you can search for that. And once you are initiated into Siddha Yoga, you need to chant that mantra most of the time, as much as possible, and 2 times meditation on Gurudev on your forehead, and have faith in your Guru that he can lead the path of spirituality in all the conditions in our life. Okay. In more detail, if you want to have more detail about Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, we have done 12 sessions, the first 12 sessions of English sessions, which we have read Gurudev's book Religious Revolution in the World, and in that book Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga has been explained in very detailed manner. What is the benefit of Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, how you can get initiated, what are the benefits, and lot of things about Gurudev also. So you can follow that book also. Give me the comment box, in comment you need that book. I will share the link with you of Religious Revolution in the World, and you can also follow the sessions. If you have any more query or any other query, you can always ask me through the comments. Now we are reading Gurudev's second book. The name of the book is Prophecies from the Holy Bible, and we have covered 7 chapters of this book, and today we will start new chapter. The name of the chapter is Spirit of Truth or Overmind Godhead. Every chapter is very much important. Last 2 sessions we did are the most important sessions. The secret about our grand Gurudev Shri Gangai ji is been revealed in this book, and we have read it, and in my own experience I have gone through that experience, and it was really amazing to know about Gurudev, Dada Gurudev, and his secret. Gurudev used to say, my Gurudev is a secret sant. So now we know the secret. Okay. So we will start today new chapter. This is again a very important chapter, because this is a small book Gurudev has written, but it is very important book. Rishi Aurobindo has given such an insight into Gurudev's descent on the earth, and someone who reads Gurudev and understand what Gurudev is writing in a short can understand the importance of writing of Shri Aurobindo also. Though reading Shri Aurobindo, understanding him is a big task. Okay, let's start our next chapter today, new chapter today, Spirit of Truth or Overmind Godhead. Change in age is an irrevocable principle of nature. When Satyug, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yugas have gone out of existence, how can Kali Yuga, which is of a shorter duration, last forever? Lord Krishna in his teachings in Gita has said, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tav charjun tanyaham ved sarvanina tvam vetat param tap. means many are my lives that are past and thine also. O Arjuna, all of them I know, but thou knowest not. O scourge of the foe, Arjuna, Lord Krishna has further said that whenever religion disappears and irreligion takes hold of the people, he takes birth. Thus, with the disappearance of God, the age also undergoes a change. Ages gone by are such a proof of it. Holy Spirit, Jesus, has similarly talked of the end of the age. He has said that he would send a comforter from the Father, and this comforter would proceed from the Father. According to the prophecies of Jesus, this comforter would appear before close of the 20th century. Saint John in this behalf has said, "But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me." Chapter 15, verse 26. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth, it is expedient for you that I go away, for if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. Chapter 16, verse 7. And when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin, and of righteousness, and of judgment. Of sin, because they believe not on me. Of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and ye see me no more. Of judgment, because the prince of this world is judged. I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will shew you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall shew it unto you. All things that the Father hath are mine, therefore said I, that he shall take of mine, and shall shew it unto you. Jesus has put forth a very convincing proof that, like the outstanding devotee Karmabai, he was a follower of the path of love inspired devotion. Saint Mark has said in this behalf, and after 6 days Jesus take with him Peter, James, and John, and leadeth them up into an high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his raiment became shining, exceeding white as snow, so as no fuller on earth can white them. And there appeared unto them Eli as with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. This goes to prove that Prophet Malachi is Elijah of the future, Jesus of the present, and Moses of the past were one and the same power, but different manifestations. Only spiritual people will understand the implication of my saying. Making a prophecy about the change in age, Jesus had said that in the name of church that no one stone would be left upon the other. Asked about his coming and change in age, Jesus describing the signs of the world at that time. According to Saint Matthew, had said, and Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Maharishi Sri Aurobindo, in his prophecy about the descent of the higher consciousness, has himself described the day as the 24th November 1926 was the descent of Krishna into the physical. Krishna is not the supramental light, the descent of the overmind Godhead preparing, though not itself actually, descent of supermind and Ananda. Krishna is Anandamaya. He sports the evolution through the overmind, leading it towards his Ananda. Mahayogi Maharishi has also said it in this reference that power in its human form, after successive evolution, will appear before the world by close of the 1993. In addition to the prophecies already referred to above and prophecies made by the foretellers from India and other countries of the world, the time period for the change is between 1970 to 1999. Strange that, in spite of being aware of immense rise in unrighteousness, people of the world still do not believe in them. Nature, whereas, has already set into motion to accomplish its work. This is complete chapter. This is a very short chapter, but I think this chapter is the most uh, important chapter in terms of the change, the transformation which will begin once the Comforter attains his supremacy, and then he will start transforming the entire world. And the dates have been given by Maharishi Aurobindo and other foretellers also, that from 1993 he will be fully in front of the world and will start his work. Gurudev came in front of in the world in 1990, and he is expanding ever now. Every day, by every second, he is expanding, and people knowing about Gurudev and his initiation and his changes which he has provided to us. There are 2-3 things which need to be clarified in this chapter. First, the Maharishi Aurobindo and Jesus are telling the identifications of how his disciples will identify the changes will come. Exact time Jesus told them that he will appear before the end of the 20th century. And then he also says, show them do not get misguided by my different transitions. Means he takes his disciples to the mountain where he make them see that he is been talking to Elijah and the Moses. So he wants to say that I was being here as a Moses, and I am here as a Jesus, and I will be there as a Elijah. So he shows that the power you should not be confused with, and he just want to say the body is not important, but the truth, the spirit of the truth is important. So they should not fall for the religion actually, that the Comforter is coming from the different religion, which is the main actually problem which Gurudev actually mentioned. This thing he used to say, the problem is the ism. When I go to them, I tell them I am the Comforter. The problem is ism, and they think that somebody should come from their own religion. They will not accept somebody coming from other religion and talking foreign language. The same thing Jesus explained at that time, and show them the being a different form in present, past and future. So in future when he will come, do not fail to recognize him, because it is not about the body or the religion or the language, but it is about the spirit of the truth and the work he will do. So this is very important sign given to Christians, if they can understand. And when Gurudev write about this, he writes very important thing here. He says, and there appeared unto them Elijah as with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. This goes to prove that Prophet Malachi's Elijah of the future, Jesus of the present, and Moses of the past were one and the same power, but different manifestation. So it is very important point, if somebody who is spiritually inclined, who knows the spirit of the truth is one, and Advaita, the non-duality concept of Indian Vedanta and spirituality is based on non-duality. There is only one God, says, but the different forms. Same thing Jesus explains to his disciples. Here in this book, Gurudev writes to mention that people will say, oh, how it is possible, but Gurudev says, only spiritual people will understand the implication of my saying. The only those who are inclined or awakened spiritually can only understand the transformation or the unity or oneness or non-duality of the spirit of the God. In actual, this is the most important thing to know about comforter. Secondly, um, Gurudev gives other examples also, that when he will come, he will prove himself on three different department, you can say. The first department, he says, he will say, he will give you, I tell you the truth. He says, the comforter will not come onto you, but if I depart, I will send him on to you. So Jesus says, being me as a comforter himself, I can only come into the different manifestation. If I go, if I still be here, he cannot come. That means the physical existence of a of the soul, spirit of the truth, can be only at one time, can be only into one manifestation. If Jesus is there and the comforter is there, it is not possible, right? So if he goes, he says, only possibility of the comforter to come is if Jesus goes. They cannot exist at the same time. So he says, I must go so that I can send the comforter, because spirit of the truth, this is, he explained the entire Indian Vedic philosophy base. The Indian Vedic philosophy says there is only one God, there is non-duality. Every people, different people in the entire world, but they are from within. The soul is one. The only point is, when somebody realizes, they realizes there is non-duality. This is the awakened one. The God who is awakened is one. Rest all are sleeping. His own forms, different manifestations. But if anyone awakens in the anywhere in the world, say 10 people are awakened in the world, they both 10 recognize themselves being spiritual as one soul, but being in a form, different bodies, they are 10 people. Similarly, here Jesus takes his disciples to the mountain and show them the three different manifestation of his. One is from the past, one is from the present, and one is from the future. He just want to say that the spirit of the God can be one only. The manifestation will be different. So if I go, I'll send him. If I don't go, I cannot send on to you. So send on to you. So non-duality concept is the Indian Vedic concept. Now he says, when he'll come, the disciple asks how we identify him. So he says, when he'll come, he will be giving you answer on three departments or three questions. First he says, and when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin and of righteousness and of judgment. So three things he says, he will liberate, or he will give the answer to. First, world of sin, reprove the world of sin and righteousness, truth, and the judgment. So he says, of sin, because they believe not on me. So sin means, he says, I am the son of God, and I am speaking the truth, and I want to help you, but they did not listen to him, and they committed the sin of killing Jesus. So he said, when he'll come, he'll reprove the world of sin. And then he says, because they believe not on me, and of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and ye see me no more. Righteousness, truthfulness, the spirit of the truth is one. He will prove that there is only one God, there is only one awakened God, and there is non-duality, and he will prove that what I have just shown you, that manifestation can be different. And he says, so if he proves you on this righteousness, on the non-duality, I must go, and then he'll come. So non-duality concept. Then he says, of judgment, because the prince of the world is judged. These three things actually we also in one of the session we understood in detail, that this whole Prakriti, the nature, is a manifestation of its three gunas, the Sattva guna, the Rajas guna, and the Tamas guna. So entire thing is manifestation of three gunas. So he will prove you, liberate you from all the three gunas. He will help you to ascend from these three gunas. So we have taken the another point of view on these 3 points in very detailed earlier in the chapter, and here we also have a different point of view where he says non-duality concept, which is also only can come into the existence if you look beyond the three gunas of nature. If you still believe there is a negativity, there is a positivity, and all these things, then negative and positive is duality. One is negative, one is positive. But in spirituality, there is only one. So negative, positive, neutral, whatsoever combined becomes one. So he is into everything. Those spiritually inclined people, those who believe in negative, positive things, they are not actually into the spirituality. So when the Comforter will come, he will incline, he will ascend you, he will help you to ascend from all these three gunas, and he will make you understand about the sin, righteousness, and judgment. Okay, so we have different point of view on this. Maybe in in coming sessions, we will put more emphasis on this particular thing. Okay, and this is about non-duality, and Jesus himself being coming back as a comforter because of non-duality. It's not that Jesus is sitting over there and comforter will come here. Then again it means the duality. Jesus was different, comforter is different. Then there is no spirituality in it. Okay, there is no oneness in it. So Jesus and the comforter should be one. And many disciples of Gurudev, those who live in West in America, they saw Gurudev transforming into the Jesus. So that also proves the non-duality. In yesterday's session or day before yesterday, we realized the Baba Shree Gangai ji is himself Jesus, how he transformed, and myself even I have experienced it through in my yogic sleep, that they are transforming into one another, and they are speaking something which is have a very relevant understanding to me from the Holy Bible by the Jesus. This again shows, we look at Gurudev, Dada Gurudev as a two people. Gurudev always says there is no two, there is only one. So the Jesus taking the different manifestation, he is also Baba Gangai. Again he is Gurudev Shri Ramlal ji Siyag. And again I think I can give you the very very strong relationship of Jesus, this point that if I go, only then the comforter will come. Similarly, when Shri Gurudev, Dada Gurudev was present in his full power on the earth, the Gurudev was not in front of the world. So when Dada Gurudev initiated Gurudev, and Gurudev did not attain all the power yet, the Baba Shri Gangai ji left his body, because that spirit of the truth, only one person at one time can control that power. So Jesus said, if I go, he'll come. Similarly, when Baba Shri Gangai ji was there, Gurudev cannot operate on his own. Baba Shri Gangai ji had to live there. So he left his mortal body, surrendered everything, and comforter came in front of the entire world. This is again another realization through this session. Right now we perceive that Gurudev, why Dada Gurudev and Gurudev did not coexisted at the same time. Because Baba was awakened, Gurudev was not fully awakened yet, did not regain the mission or did not regain all the power Baba was holding. So Baba transferred the power. Before Gurudev realized it, he went away. So only one non-duality. That means it's not the body. We look, Baba Gangai ji is different, Gurudev is different. Two bodies. But the power which was
doing the work through Sri Gangai Nath ji, then transferred to Gurudev. So Baba's body had to be vanished, had to be, it was very important for him to be Brahmleel. This is such a solid concept of non-duality, unity, oneness. I am just amazed to, talking about this realization in this session. I am just realizing this. I knew, I have read it, but I did not realize it. Right now, I am realizing only through this session. Gurudev is making me realize that what is the meaning of Jesus taking his disciples to the mountain and showing them the three manifestation. What is the reason of he said he only he'll go, then I'll come, and that is again reason why Baba Gangai Nath ji had to go when I was coming into the existence. So this is just superb. I loved it. This is the half part of the session. In second part, there is again a great explanation we can understand. Maharishi Aurobindo said, on 24th November 1926, Gurudev descend down, the Krishna descend down. He said, he gave the name to the descent of Krishna, Overmind, and he said the Overmind, Krishna being Overmind, help the evolution. This is very big thing, very big statement actually. Krishna being Overmind, help the evolution. That means the normal mind, the people are being awakened or help to ascend by the Overmind, which is the Krishna himself. So Krishna himself comes down as a bridge to pick up the lower mind, pick them up, lift them up, convert into the Overmind, match them in the Overmind, and help to support to become the to the supermind. So Overmind is the bridge between mind and supermind. So the transformation cannot be done from direct mind to supermind because there is a gap, there is a chasm. So what Krishna does, he comes as a Overmind, connects the lower mind and the supermind, and helps the evolution, helps the transformation through him. And once the supermind is there, and Krishna appears in his form, because Krishna is Anandamai, and only supermind can, the yoga can only happen when there is a supermind, the yoga with the Krishna happen. That is the state of Anandamay state. Once you reach to the Anandamay to Chittamay, and then Satmay, the full transformation, the divine transformation starts. So what we understand, the divine transformation only can be done of a human who is into supermind. Normal mind people, if they think our transformation will start from tomorrow, it will not happen. The transformation only supermind will achieve. Supermind itself is a transformation, but it is a transformation of the mind yet, not the body. Once transformation as the supermind has been established, the lifted up over here, the sadhak, the practitioner is over here. Once he reaches his chetana, his awakening, he is awakened up to here. Below it's all, down below it's all the entire Trigunatmak Prakriti, the three gunas nature. Once he is here, he attains the supermind position, and once the supermind state is confirmed, you are being transformed into divine. This is called the Divya Jivan. Rishi Aurobindo has written a book, Divine Life. Starts from only here, not the practice, the meditation we are doing. It's not the divine life. The divine life is from here to completion. Okay, so this is just a great chapter. So happy to understand it with the grace of Shri Gurudev. Only doing these sessions, sitting on this chair is enlightening chair. This seat is an enlightening seat. It's not about the chair, but this is the seat given by the Gurudev is enlightening. Whoever will be graced by Gurudev to have a position to sit and talk about Gurudev will definitely must get under the transformation. But it's a fight, It's a difficult seat to be hold on, to sit on. Okay, but really, it's really very uh, feeling really very good when you understand spirituality, and when your Gurudev says something and you understand what he wants to say, what his command is, it really feel good. Now we will listen to the Sanjeevani mantra of Gurudev, and then we will close the session. Let's hear the divine mantra in Gurudev's divine voice.
Kling, Krishna, Kling. What does yoga mean? Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddha Yoga? Siddha Yoga heals, cures or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity or tingling. According to Siddha Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. A regular practice of Siddha Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc. and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Kling, Krishna, Kling, 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 Kling, Krishna, Kling.
So this is the divine mantra in Gurudev's divine voice. Whoever listens to this mantra must chant this mantra as much as possible without moving lips and tongue, and must meditate on Gurudev's picture on your forehead 2 times in the morning and the evening for the 15 minutes only. And if you have any more question regarding Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, you can put your question into the comments. I'll read it out and take your question into the next session. So we'll meet tomorrow at approximately 8:30 Indian time. Till then, to all of you, Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada Gurudev.